just like we did last week, start standing up. We'll start pretty much going from top down and mobilizing and waking up different parts of the body that way. We start off with a little bit of breathing and getting into our posture. Um, and Doing just rotations of all of our joints, especially the shoulders and hips. Um, then eventually doing some more activation, and then if we have time, just doing a little bit of more fluid dynamic movement. so, yeah, we're gonna start standing up, and I'm going to. So, let's see. So we're gonna start standing. Okay, moving with the computer here. Maybe it's better if I move I'm gonna move this, sorry. Move the box. Body. Stand a little further back too. All right, so we're gonna be standing, and if you do have your socks on or bare feet, that's a little better, but if not, just imagine your middle toe or your ring toe that's pointing straight forward. And so our outsides of our feet are going to be parallel instead of the insides. So outsides of the feet are parallel, just about hip width. And we're gonna be rocking back and forth on our feet, just to the balls and to the heels. And if you fall over, that is fine. We're really just getting our orientation on our feet, knowing where the back limit is, the front limit, just rocking back and forth a couple times just so we know where the front and the back are. And so now we know that we've almost fallen over. We can find right in the middle, right neutral posture. And what we're going to be doing now are our hip, similar thing with our hips, knowing the end range of in each direction. So if we have 2 points on our hips, we're going to inhale, and those points get a little bit further together as we arch our back a little bit. We're exhaling, and we're tucking our hips, and then we're inhaling, and those points get further together. Exhaling, tucking our hips all the way. So we're going back and forth here with our hips, tucking, and then back. So we have the bowl of water that is our hips. We're pouring the water out through the back and then through the front. And we're tucking, going back. Let me give my dog something. She's going to be crying for a second. Okay, sorry about that. And so now, right where we found the end range of their hips in the back, and we're tucking, so now we're right in the middle. Found right where that middle part is, just with our feet. And now we're gonna have our fingers out to our sides. And what we're gonna be doing here is just taking big breaths. And so we're gonna act like we have, like, I'm just gonna stand on my knees for a sec. Somebody's pulling back from the top of our head, from the crown of our head. We're gonna act like somebody's pulling, and we're gonna be getting tall through that part of our head. And we're gonna be taking big breaths. And what we're gonna be doing on the exhale is acting like we're getting really tall through the crown of our head, but we're keeping our ribs down. So we're gonna take an inhale, exhaling, getting tall, act like somebody's pulling up a string from the top of our head, but we're keeping our ribs down. So there are gonna be two opposing forces working together. We can be looking straight ahead as well. Inhaling, exhaling, ribs down, but we're growing tall, act like we're growing tall through our heels all the way up to that person, whoever's pulling that rope from our spine, pulling it up here. We're going to be doing 4 more breaths here. Same thing, inhaling. Exhaling, ribs stay down, but we're getting tall. Ribs stay down, we're getting tall. Beware that we're not arching through our back. We still have those neutral hips and a decent bend in our knees. A couple more here. Looking straight forward. Okay, so that was just a brief lesson in standing. And so now what we're going to be doing is inhaling, and when we inhale, we're going to have a big proud chest. And when we exhale, we're going to keep that chest there, and we're going to really be blowing out of our mouth like we're blowing birthday candles out across the room. So we're going to take an inhale through our belly. Proud chest. Keep that proud chest. Keep the proud chest, and then blow all the air out forcefully. Do about 3 more of those. Inhale, belly, chest. Keep the proud chest. Exhale. Still have that bend in your knees. Do 1 more. Inhale, keep the proud chest there. Blowing everything out, blowing everything out. Okay. Now you can just release all the tension that you may have built up. We're standing normally, and we're gonna have our arms out. So T, and we're gonna inhale our shoulders to our ears. Exhale, bring them down. 1 more time, inhale, shoulders to our ears. Exhale, bring them down. All right, and from here, we're gonna be just rotating our shoulders lightly. So we have our elbow pits, the creases of our elbows. They're elbow pits. We have one that is facing up, let's do on our right, and the other one that is facing down. And we're gonna be switching 1 up and 1 down, alternating 1 up and 1 down. If it helps to also turn those thumbs all the way. It's really we're getting just into the shoulder. Just the shoulder capsule. We'll be doing a few of these. I used to do these every morning until I had my puppy and had to take her out first thing. So I used to wake up and do these all the time. So you can rotate your thumb out, 1 out, and 1 all the way in. 1 out and all the way in. Just that shoulder or that elbow pit. All right, you can check that out. What we're going to be doing here is called Busy Bee. So we're going to have our hands like in prayer position, and we're going to have our elbows up, and we're going to try to maintain our elbows up instead of having them collapse by our side for this exercise. So elbows out, and we have a medium amount of pressure on our palms, and we're going to press the top of our palms together as we go out, and then we're going to be rotating back this way. And we're going to be just doing like a slalom, like a bee buzzing all the way up towards the top of our head. Then we're going to be bringing it down, leading with the palms of our hands, keeping those elbows up away from our body. All right, so we're going to be going back and forth, keeping a little pressure on our hands, just like we're going through a slalom, right till we get to the top of our head, making our way reversing that direction. And we go once more up. Till we get to the top, then reversing this direction.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Just because Michelle and I are the only ones here. So what's the purpose of that movement?
So this one is also going to help that shoulder ball and socket joint. This is also a good exercise for a type of Tai Chi and Qigong, trying to cultivate energy as well. So the idea is to keep an even amount of pressure actually on your palms, your hands, and keeping those elbows up instead of down will help that shoulder socket and help really get the rotation. Because if we're here, we're just moving our wrists pretty much. But if we have our elbows up, we're actually getting into the shoulder ball and socket joint. And so yeah, really keeping that, and you can even go a little bit more dynamically.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And at any time you're lost and you just want to do shoulder circles or anything, or really just feel free to do that and jump in with any questions, because I love to answer them. So now what we're going to do, get into the neck. And so we're going to have our still standing structure. We're going to be reaching to the floor through those fingers. Like we're going to touch the floor with the fingers, just reaching. You're going to feel it stretch through all of this area, from our biceps, the forearms, through our fingers, reaching. And then from here, we're going to be alternating one ear to one shoulder. So let's go right ear to right shoulder, reaching through the fingers. This is getting to our neck, side of our neck. And then left ear, left shoulder, reaching through that opposite hand to that right hand. Going back and forth. Whichever ear is to your shoulder, you reach through the opposite hand. That'll help get a good stretch in the side of your neck. All right, and then whichever side you're on here, pause there. And the opposite side, the opposite arm, with the opposite thumb, we're gonna be rotating in and out, keeping that shoulder, that ear to the shoulder, reaching to the fingers. That thumb goes in and out. One more, opposite ear to the opposite shoulder, and then reach to the opposite hand. And then the thumb rotates in and out. In and out.
I really enjoy the stretch I feel with this one as I rotate my hand in and out.
Yeah, this will definitely get into also your shoulder. If you do have tight shoulders, this will loosen up your shoulder, the front part of your shoulder, and also this part of your neck, which is so tight for many people. All right. So from here, what we're going to be doing is just looking up and looking down. So we're going to lead with our chin and keep our teeth closed as we look up. Getting stretched through the front, teeth closed, and then we're going to bring our chin to our throat instead of chin to chest, chin to throat, just looking down. We're not bowing our head, we're just bringing our chin to our throat, reaching through the fingers still, and then up and down, looking up and down. All right. So, all right, from here, we shake that out. Got a little more space in our neck and our shoulders, which is really good for whenever we have our hands in front of us. And from here, we're gonna have our hands straight out together. And we're gonna be act like we have a bow and arrow. We're drawing the bow back. And then we're rotating our thumb. We're gonna have our thumb up here. And we're reaching in opposite directions. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. And then bringing it back. And then just going to the other side, the left side. So drawing the bow back and then rotating the thumb out. Reaching in opposite directions. You can do about 3, nice and controlled on each side.
I like this one.
Yeah, reaching through the opposite. This is more of an active stretch instead of passive where you're using your body weight. All right. From here, we're going to get onto the ground. And we're going to just sit on our butt with our knees bent and our fingers pointing out a little bit, behind our butt, and fingers pointing out or behind us. And we're going to keep that proud chest like we started standing, keeping this proud chest. So we're going to press a little bit through the palms of our hands that are supporting us. And we're going to be doing the windshield wiper action with our knees to one side. So we're going to start with our left. Keeping that, if we have a light in the middle of our chest, we're going to try to keep that proud chest and keep that light pointing straight in front of us. And bring the knees as close to the ground as you can, and just rotating those knees back to the other side. Keeping the proud chest and that light shining straight in front of us. Nice and easy here. Knees come down as far as they come down until you feel a good sensation. Nice and easy. All right, we'll do 2 more. 2 more on each side, so it's 1. 2. All right, from here, we're going to do this same thing we're going to do with no hands. So we're going to start by going to the left, knees come down. And so this, your chest will, your whole top torso will shift, and it'll be right over your ankle, your shin. And then no hands, rotating on to the other side. Again, nice and easy. Going slow and controlled. This should be controlled movements and no forcing. And if this is a little more difficult, then feel free to continue doing this with your hands on the ground. Really also with this, maintaining that proud chest instead of caving in like this. You want to see that, we want to be proud through the chest. We'll do 2 more here. 1, just 1 on each side. All right, from here, we're going to do 1, we're going to be laying down, but our knees are going to be bent. So we're going to lie down here, and we're going to be making figure 4 shapes with, you've probably done this in yoga, where you have, for example, left ankle over our right knee, our foot is flexed, and you do a bridge motion, but here we're just gonna have this figure four, and what we're gonna do is have everything fall over to the left. So our knees are falling over to our left, and we're looking to the right. And then we're coming up, and then we're just falling all the way over to the other side, to that right side, so the foot will probably come down to the ground, and we're looking to our left. Coming back, and we're just going in opposite alternating directions, having everything fall to one side while we look to the opposite side that everything is falling. Inhaling while we're here in the middle. Exhaling as everything falls. So do about 3 of these. And now we can switch with the right ankle over the left knee. That ankle, the foot flexed. And again, let's fall to our right side. Exhaling as we look left. Inhaling up. Exhaling, look to the right. Everything falls to the left. Inhaling center and then alternating here. Continue doing that as I let my dog out. All right. Let's see, we got only a couple minutes left here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up to this figure four, the shin box, like we were doing with our knees up, and we're gonna be falling here. And we're gonna start with left ankle in front of us. And we're gonna be doing is lifting this right knee as we roll into the inside portion of the right foot. And we're just gonna be raising it up as far as we can here and holding. And then coming down slowly. Do that for 5. Just bringing this up right here, holding for about 5 seconds. And then slowly coming down. Holding, really come down slow here. Down. A couple more. This is also active stretching instead of passive stretching. We're pulling this back. Now we can switch sides. The right ankle in front of us, and the left knee that's going to be just raising up. We're going to be on the inside edge of the left foot. The knee just comes up, open, holding for 5. Then coming down slowly. 5 rotations here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, 3, 2, 1. Holding up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. Couple more. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. down. One more. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, so shake that out. Maybe do a little bit more of this windshield wiper action. And yeah, from here, we're gonna stand back up and we're gonna do just some easy, about 3 easy squats. So your squat may have improved your mobility. Normally I like to test the squat at the beginning and the end. So just get in a position like you're gonna do a squat, have your torso straight up and keep that proud chest. We drive the knees over our toes and just come down to wherever you stop. And then 1, that's 1. We'll do 3. Nice and easy, coming down. 1 more. Knees drive out. Torso's up. And we're coming down, coming up. All right. So, yeah, that's a good movement for your squat. Just getting the active range of motion going in those hips, because it's easy to really just yank your knee out and really get more of a stretch that you can feel, but this is more of an active one that you can, in that usable range of motion. So yeah, let me know if you have any other questions.